Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Gradient Show. Woo! Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is a new era. We've got Tom as per usual, and now we've got Ronnie who's joining us as our new main host on the Gradient Show.
I mean, is the third or fourth one now?
Second.
Third.
Third. No wait.
Third. Yeah, third.
Because
Yeah.
I was he wasn't here for one.
Yeah.
And then
It's the first time that all three of us are together.
Second
Is
quiz.
it?
Yeah, we did one last week.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's the second part of our new era, and we're gonna start doing things a little bit differently. So we're gonna we've got our movie reviews, which obviously you're here today. It's the DareDevil review. Talk about DareDevil Born Again season 1. Give it a review. We're gonna start doing a little leaderboard, aren't we? The point being, we're gonna have a nice little leaderboard up here, old Top Gear style, and we're gonna calculate our rankings based on what we all thought, and we're gonna see which film we think is the best of all time. We're just gonna keep going.
And TV series.
To be fair, there's a lot of good films coming up as well.
There are lots.
In the next
I actually
couple
can't wait
months.
for Thunderbolts.
That's got
heard
very strong.
good things.
It's very strong.
I've heard very good things.
I need to watch it.
There's already
I don't want
spoilers
to
on TikTok that I've had to
I
stop
don't
past.
want to spoil it, but I want to spoil it.
When
but
is
I don't
that
want to
out?
spoil it.
1st of May, next week.
I
I'm
might have
watching
to-
it day it comes
So
out.
I might have to put.
Stay tuned. Thunderbolts asterisk coming soon.
It
What?
might. Wait, no, I think it's Thursday next week. So
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to drag my missus there, but I'll just go by myself.
Fantastic
come with
Four
you.
as well coming up.
Oh, Fantastic Four looks so
Big.
good as
Oh
well.
yeah! Finally see Mr. Incredible's stretchy powers.
They're good. No, you see, there's a trailer of
Did
it
you
already.
hear what you just said?
There's a trailer of it already.
Did you hear what you just said?
Wait, who did he say? Was that what it was? Who did he say?
Mr. Fantastic. Sorry.
Who did he say?
said Mr. Incredible. I know The
Mate.
Incredibles is obviously it's
It's a
spin-off
fantastic
of...
film.
It is,
Yeah,
it is a
yeah,
spin-off of
Mr.
literally.
Fantastic's stretchy powers. Finally, we get to see them. He's not just.
But
a
you didn't even
scientist.
pick the person with the stretchy powers.
Shush.
You're not gonna say Elastigirl, are you?
No.
Oh yeah, that very clearly Elastigirl who's got a beard and
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm looking forward to Pedro Pascal's
Jesus
performance.
Christ.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it'd be good.
It's something different. I think it'll be cool. But that's not why we're here today, is it?
Nope.
We've got to talk about Daredevil Born Again. Season 1. Do you think we're going to get Season 2?
Absolutely. It's already in production.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Maybe I should have led that.
They've already got
hosting.
plans
Let's-
for season 3 as well.
Have they?
As per normal, let's start with a very, very quick one-sentence, non-spoiler review, starting with Ronnie.
It is very good.
Unexpected.
It wasn't one word, it was one sentence. Fine.
I thought it was one word.
I thought it was
I did
word
say
as
one
well.
sentence.
You did say one sentence.
Yeah,
I did say one
but
sentence.
it was unexpected still.
Darker than normal Marvel. So if you like that kind of gritty vibe, this
That's
is
one
100%
sentence.
for you. Yeah, very well done, I think.
3 sentences.
Shush. Like a little bit.
And that is your spoilers.
Yeah,
Spoiler-free
yeah,
reviews done.
Spoiler warning, big flashy lights, please, editors. Let's go. Big warning lights.
Woo.
We're entered into the spoiler zone.
Let's start. We got to start at the beginning. Foggy.
Oh, yeah.
I think we.
Did
gotta
you see it
start there.
coming? Obviously, Foggy Nelson
yes.
dead.
Yes. If you watch the trailers, he's not in any other scenes.
Yeah, that's true. Every bit of social media was going, this guy's cooked, this
Yeah.
guy's cooked.
He
Like-
was. We knew he was finished.
I hadn't clocked on to that bit, so it was kind of like
Yeah.
I knew. Right, hang on. When I
didn't know
saw that
something
it was
straight away.
when
either.
I saw what the scene was, when I started watching the scene, I was like, "Oh shit, someone's dead."
Yeah.
But beforehand, I had no idea it was coming.
Do you know what's really interesting though? He's been confirmed to be in season 2.
Could be a flashback, but yeah,
Yeah.
there is a storyline where he comes back.
There is a
so-
storyline in the comics.
I think he might. I think.
No, I don't think he comes back.
But no, it's a bit unrealistic if it was, because
Yeah.
doesn't he walk through hell or something?
Yeah,
yeah,
it's-
it's a bit
it-
unrealistic.
It's a bit less. You want to keep it on that kind of street level vibe. Don't
I
you?
think it's more to do with when he spoke to the Punisher.
Yeah,
You know how the Punisher said that he still hears his son,
right.
and then as Daredevil leaves, Matt Murdock leaves, he looks to his side as if he's listening to someone over there. I think Foggy might be more of a ghost type.
Okay.
Devil on
I
your
like
shoulder.
yeah, because he's going to be the thing about season 2 is that he's going to be basically all Daredevil,
Yes.
no Matt.
Yes.
So it's more Foggy telling him to come back to, like season 2 was.
Yeah.
The Daredevil on Netflix. It was Foggy didn't really like him either when he was all Daredevil.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be similar to that again.
The
Yeah.
voice of reason on
Yeah.
his shoulder. I
Mhm.
do agree.
But obviously Poindexter back.
Yeah.
He's pretty durable, isn't he?
That was one of the. Well, yeah, yeah.
He's pretty
That-
durable.
That was a little bit of a miss there.
I
Yeah.
just want to see him actually be Bullseye. I just want him to have the thing on his forehead.
He does. Or about to.
Are we going to
Season
see
two.
it?
He's
Yeah.
got it. Well, it's not very obvious, but it's like it's
He's,
there.
he's going to wear a mask. He's
Yeah,
going
he
to have
is,
a
yeah.
thing.
And
Right,
also,
okay, cool. Thank God.
so yeah, he's back. He's back. Obviously, kills Foggy. Massive spoilers.
Gets thrown off a roof.
Yeah, pretty brutal from fight.
I love
He
that.
does have an adamantium spine,
Yeah,
but he falls on
his front.
his front, so that makes sense.
He
Doesn't it?
should be broken.
He should be dead.
Is that?
Yeah.
But that's not confirmed in the show, right?
No, it
No,
is.
they don't
It's in the
speak
post.
about
No,
it.
it's in the post-credit scene at season 3.
No, yes,
His spine
it's
gets put
not
back together.
I think he's saying it's not spoken about in this.
It's not
season.
adamantium, though, is it?
It was it was adamantide in the show,
Yeah,
but that means it is adamantium.
they'll retcon that.
Yeah, but it's obviously because adamantium's linked in the MCU to the rise of the Celestial.
Yep.
Obviously, wouldn't have been around at the
Tiamat.
time of the season 3 of the show.
No,
So I don't know how they're going to retcon that one.
Could be
Maybe
vibranium or something. I don't know.
it could be vibranium. I think it probably would.
Well, it could have happened at a different moment in time.
Yeah,
Maybe, but I think it's a bit of a sketchy one. If I'm being honest,
I think they just want to move past it.
probably they might not even mention it.
I
I
don't
don't even
think they
know.
will.
No, there's no need to mention it.
They can just move on and have an adamantium spine. No, I don't think anyone complains.
But also, like, what does having an adamantium spine do?
It means you got
It's
more.
pretty hard to break it back.
Also,
That's about it.
when he lands on his front, surely his spine just crushes his body from the back as well. The force, the pressure.
Well, how does Wolverine do it?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when he falls on the building, falls in his
I
front.
understand what you mean.
So the pavement crushes his front. Surely the pavement and the spine do that and crush it completely.
This is what I mean by I think they're just forgetting about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Fine. Cool. He managed to survive somehow.
Yeah,
And then he-
that's the surprising part.
And obviously he gets put in prison.
Yep.
And then obviously later on in the season he gets out by biting
That
off his
was
own
sick.
tooth and then
Well,
spitting it
yeah.
through somebody's forehead.
It's through their eye socket.
Eye socket, sorry.
Mm.
Kill somebody by spitting a tooth through their eye socket.
Mm-hmm.
I think
And
in
then breaking
terms of
out.
like the most evil villains you can get,
He's pretty up
he's
there.
up there.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's evil. I just think he's
I think he's
fucking
pure evil.
insane.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just mental.
yeah. It's and like I mean the way that he acts as well. I mean I like the duality of how they're kind of pairing Daredevil and him. You know,
Yeah.
Daredevil sees a world of fire. Poindexter sees a world of
Blue.
cool blue. Really good kind of
I
synergy
like that.
there.
I like the director's choice when they were doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like it's kind of helps you kind of understand how his worldview is. It's very neutral. It's very calm, and that's why he's so good at what he does. And obviously, everything he touches is a weapon.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. He's a killing machine.
Do you think it was a bit of a interesting choice to have Fisk saved by Matt Murdock, especially with the accuracy that Poindexter has?
Yeah. But I also don't think anyone, including Bullseye, expect him to jump in front of it.
Yeah,
I
true.
think that's the
yeah,
thing.
I agree. He wouldn't have prepared for it because he wouldn't have thought it would have happened.
Yeah.
I think it's going to create some interesting scenes with Fisk next season where he has to consider that actually this guy who I think is evil and like shouldn't don't want masks. Masks are not good. He saved my life.
Yes.
Am I the
that's-
bad guy? That kind of duality.
I don't think
No,
so.
but I
Because
think
he
he
went,
has a
he went
corrupt
straight
mind
to kill him.
anyway.
Yeah, I think he went
Yeah.
straight to kill. He went straight to kill Matt anyway. Like there was, he
don't
didn't
say
even like
time to die.
half-ass it. He didn't.
Yeah.
Like the instant he realised Matt had escaped, he would send a full SWAT squad to
Death
kill him.
squad.
Who then also got all
Yeah, the
murdered.
first thing he does is like say that vigilantes are still a problem, and he said like contort the story to say, "Oh, it's such a shame that he died from taking a bullet for me."
Yeah,
Yeah, he just hates the guy.
Yeah.
he does. But he knows not to kind of cross that line. But when will he? Because he knows who he is.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
It's an interesting one because obviously with Swordsmith,
swordsman.
Swordsman,
He's
sorry.
back.
He was back, but in prison.
I think he's just a bit of a nothing character, to be honest. I think he's just
Yeah.
there.
Is he in prison?
Yeah, he's in the
he got-
cage,
he's
in the cage,
Oh yeah.
and
Is that's not prison though? That's just Fisk holding people.
It's prison.
He's
not-
imprisoned.
Yes.
He's imprisoned. He's not in prison.
He's not in a prison.
Yeah, no. He's in a cage.
Yeah.
Which is an odd choice.
These are details we don't need to worry about.
We're going to
Well, they'll be
proper
relevant
in-depth.
for the Punisher one-off
Arc,
thing,
yeah.
whatever it's called.
Are we getting that? Are we?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
confirmed.
confirmed.
Nice.
It's in the post-credit scene where he breaks.
He breaks out, yeah, but I didn't think they were doing a spin-off. I thought it was
That's
gonna be
I
part of
think that's the whole
season two.
thing. I think
Yeah.
that's him breaking out.
Yeah.
I think it's an hour of him just literally shooting people. In the
Is he
face.
gonna be-
Brutally destroying people?
That sounds like fun. I would like to watch that.
Yeah.
Are we going to get him back in season 2? Is that
Yes.
confirmed?
Absolutely. Well, I don't think it's confirmed, but I think he is.
I would be surprised if he's not.
I think a lot of people think he was the best character in that show.
Oh,
Generally,
yeah.
people think that.
Yeah.
He did a good job with limited screen time. He was in, what, 2 episodes?
But most of his stuff is from reshoots because he
Well, a lot
didn't-
of them are.
Yeah, he didn't like the initial script.
He said he
what-
wasn't doing it if he
Yeah.
was going to keep that way. And
Yeah.
originally, I think Karen was completely off of the show. She wasn't in it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So,
of her,
but-
all of her scenes are redone.
We've got to touch on that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love triangle forming between
I think it's not going to be for long, but yeah.
between Punisher, Daredevil.
There's another piece to this equation. There's a fourth prong.
A betrayer.
Well, not secretary.
The
psychologist.
Psychologist. That's what I was thinking. I
So
don't know why I
somebody
said secretary.
spotted a Muse on set. Obviously, Muse is dead, killed.
Right.
There's a lot of rumours going around that she could be the new Muse.
Ooh.
What?
Well, no, but
Given her
Yeah.
trauma,
It's not going to happen, but cool.
given the trauma that she
No,
suffered,
she's also
and
not.
she's now working for Fisk.
But she's
but
not a fighter either. Or
She's
like
she's also joined Fist because she doesn't like masks. That's her whole arc was.
But it could be a psychotic break.
she loves
dual
Matt. She doesn't love
personality.
Daredevil.
Yeah,
I don't know.
disagree. I don't think
There's a lot of rumour going around. There is going to be a Muse next season. We don't know who it is. I think it's a cool
Is there?
rumour.
is
That
there.
Somebody has seen on set a Muse on set for season 2.
But I thought you didn't even know. I swear he said at the start. he
It could
didn't
be a
even know
flashback
season
thing
2.
again, though.
I forgot. Shush. It could be a flashback potentially, but I doubt it.
I don't think Muse is going to be in the next season. I feel like they've really fumbled that
They
character.
really fumbled it.
Well, in the comics, we never know who he is, right?
You do.
But
I thought he was. The whole thing was that we don't know who he is.
I also thought he was anonymous.
yeah.
He's not completely anonymous.
Okay. But also, oh no, you don't see his face. That's what
No.
it is. That's
Yeah,
what,
so you know who his name is, but you never
Yeah.
see who it actually is. Also, what a choice for casting, by the way.
He was brilliant. I thought he'd
He
be
was really
brilliant.
good.
Him in Wednesday is ridiculous as well.
He's very good at that innocent
Maniacal as well at the
kid
same
who
time.
is
With
just
Huge
pure
eyes.
evil.
Oh, yeah.
He was pure evil.
Oh yeah, disgusting.
But yeah, I don't know. I think obviously I'm guessing in the original
This is what I was gonna
script
say.
he was obviously a much bigger part.
I was thinking he was the main character that was a victim of it not being 18
Yeah.
episodes
Yeah.
because he needed so much more build up.
Yeah.
Like that episode, if you take the episode that he got killed in alone, it's a great episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was no build up towards it at
Mhm.
all. If you had more scenes with I was going to say secretary again, the psychologist and Muse, it could have been really good and it could
Build
have
up
been
to
a big
it.
payoff.
Yeah.
Had a little bit more in every episode,
Yeah.
building up for a few episodes. I would have
Yeah.
loved to have seen 18 episodes.
I don't see.
I don't
Was
agree.
it a money
that-
thing?
I feel like it was a marketing thing being too many episodes. I don't know. Because they had more projects coming out after Daredevil.
Yeah,
I think that's
fair
what it
Yeah,
was.
I think the whole thing was now
Just a time thing.
less is more, that kind of thing.
Because they had
quality of content.
Thunderbolts and stuff like that coming
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
They had
yeah.
a series.
X-Men as well.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
working on Ironheart, aren't they?
I thought that
And
got shelved.
I
I don't know.
feel- I feel
Ironheart's
like
going
they-
ahead.
that-
Ironheart's going ahead.
Ironheart's going ahead.
It's Arm Wars that got shelved.
No, it's
That
been,
has got shelved.
but hasn't something been changed to a Vision TV show?
There's something to do with
Vision Quest is happening.
Vision
That-
Quest is
that's
happening.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a separate TV show that's
No, I know. Yeah.
that's going ahead. White Vision. But that's the end of that's the third part of the Wanda Vision set, which is WandaVision,
Multiverse Madness.
Multiverse Madness, and then
No,
Vision
it's
Quest.
Vision Quest. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's so.
Well, we all know Wanda's not dead. So
Oh, they've hinted at it too much. She's not dead. She'll be back in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not really a fan of the character, to be honest.
really,
Not really. I don't really. It's not much compelling about it to me. Like it's just I don't know.
well, we're going on a tangent. We need to come back to this because I don't agree, but I think we need to have a discussion about the MCU where we can focus on that. But for now,
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
yeah.
I was really. I finished the final episode, and I then went, okay, so when's next week's episode?
Yeah.
Oh, there's
it's
no
a blue balls thing.
Oh, this is it. I felt really let down and
I
disappointed.
think it's intentional though. I think
It's
really
the
intentional.
Blue Balls you have to watch season 2.
Yeah.
But it's just a bit of a. It's not the usual like, oh my god, I can't wait to watch more. It's a. Well, it just feels unfinished.
I disagree. I can't wait to watch more.
Yeah.
There's
so many.
I think
so
that's
many,
a great prelude for season 2.
There was so many storylines that you think are almost there,
Yeah.
but they haven't finished them on purpose because then season 2 will be where it'll almost make season 2 better.
Yeah, it feels like that last episode felt like it felt like in between season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It felt
It
like
just-
a good transition in.
You want a finale to be bigger. I feel
I
like the
completely
payoff
agree.
Was just not enough.
But I think that's intentional.
I don't mind them being like building up for season 2 and be like, oh my god, this is going to be an amazing season where there's a war between Fisk and Daredevil. And he's got his team, which we'll talk about in a second because I want to cover that.
I think long term it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like you needed to have a bigger payoff.
What would the bigger payoff be though?
A bigger showdown between Poindexter and Daredevil, maybe. A fight between
I think
Fisk
they're
and
saving
Matt.
him
They're
again. I
saving
think they're
it.
saving it.
it.
They are, but I just feel like they saved everything and they could have given us something.
And
They
also-
save everything.
They saved most stuff.
Yeah.
What
Well, Muse,
was
they didn't save
finished?
Muse.
They didn't save Muse, but Muse. That was
But
in
I
the
think Muse
finale.
was supposed to be the season
Yeah.
villain.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
it
But
just
you could have
didn't
had
work
Such a
out.
big character.
You
to
could have
fuck up
used
as
I
well.
know,
Muse
it's so annoying.
till the end of the season and then had that been the payoff.
No, but think about if it was 18 episodes, Muse would have lasted until about episode 15, 16, and that would
Yeah.
have felt like the season villain.
I wanted him in the finale. I wanted him to last and then be killed in the finale. That would have been a much bigger payoff. For me.
It does, but it doesn't lead on to season 2 at all.
Yeah.
No, but you need to have that big epic. Oh my god!
I mean,
finale.
But this
I'd
is one of the
say it
cases
was
where I say
pretty
you
brutal.
don't have to,
Yeah, I'd say it was pretty brutal finale.
because it's such
It
a
was
long-term
brutal,
plan.
but-
I think they want 4 or 5 seasons of this.
So in the finale, they defeated and killed one of the SWAT guys.
Yes.
Just a bit
I don't even
underwhelming
remember.
for me. A bit. It was it was the black guy, but it was just a
think-
Yeah.
little bit
was a good
underwhelming
scene,
for
though.
me.
That was
But-
Punisher.
That was
I like
proper
Punisher's
good.
stuff. I like him working with Matt. I like Karen being back.
I think Karen will be in
Should we-
season 2 a lot more.
Yeah,
Oh
I think
yeah,
she'll be in a
she
lot
no,
will,
more.
I think
100%.
she's back now. I think she's back.
Fully back.
Yeah, 100%. Let's talk about the team because he seems to have acquired a bunch of cops,
Dodgy cops.
dodgy cops.
That scene where he puts that reporter's hand in the
Oh,
air
there's a scene I want to talk about in a
fryer.
minute.
Oh.
There's a worse. There's a
Let's-
much worse.
let's
I
go
know,
through
but
favourite-
that was the
We're
initial.
gonna go through favorite moments in a favorite moments, least favorite moments in a minute.
It was a good. The one thing I will say is they got the brutality right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
They got the blood. They got the horrificness of it.
obviously the cops are all there in that bar. I don't know about you guys, but I'm hoping that the team in season 2 is not them lot. It's Jessica Jones, Luke Cage,
You live
Oh.
in
Punisher.
you live in Lululand if you think that's happening.
No,
Iron
I
Fist.
think
I
it
want-
might.
I want
Really?
I want
Well, no, obviously-
Spider-Man.
Luke Cage won't.
My expectation is to be the people that were in the bar at the end.
Yes.
That's my expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think there could be some. Maybe not them. I don't know. But
I want proper all the kind of street level Cloak and Dagger, like, all the street level kind of like.
yeah.
Cloak and Dagger flopped though. I'm not sure they're even going to
I
go back
don't.
to
I
that.
don't think they will.
But you know what I'm saying, like that kind of like give me
Don't think
defenders.
they're canon. They're canon.
Yeah, they are canon. I think.
They haven't been proven either way.
They said that about Daredevil, and then he was canon. So I think that whole kind of thing.
But they
is
pick and
canon.
choose when they want.
They're not
Yeah.
going to have everybody.
But they should have.
I'd like to have Luke Cage.
I don't really. This is no disrespect
They
to the
need a new
cops, but
Iron
I don't
Fist.
really
Yeah, miss. Big miss.
care. Cherry's the only one that I really know too much
I
about.
like Cherry.
I still don't
Yeah.
care too much. Like there's that Asian woman who they tried to build up by having that episode with the Irish
She's
guy.
okay.
Do you think I can't tell if she was shoehorned in, or she's a victim of the reshoots?
I think she's a victim of the reshoots.
I think she's a victim of the reshoots. I think she had a lot more
Yeah.
screen time.
to do
Because that would have
yeah.
made a lot more sense. If not, like, oh, so she's done all this stuff that we've seen, and
Mm.
now I care that she's.
Whereas we
got
only
them.
got little bits of.
We never got filler episodes either. The only filler episode was the bank, really.
Which
that
I
was one of the
actually
best
think was one of the
But
best
that's
episodes.
I
yeah.
think that's leading towards something though. Surely.
Well, it's leading towards if they do a Miss Marvel season 2,
Yeah.
Daredevil appearing in that.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I liked that link, but I don't really care about it. Like it's
I don't
cool,
care.
but I don't care.
But I feel like
liked the actual episode is just a standalone.
I feel like that episode showed that they're going to be bringing that brutality more.
Yeah.
When he jumps on the guy's leg,
Yeah,
You just hear the snap.
yeah, it was great.
That was
Jesus
brilliant. It was so
Christ.
good. And smashes his face into
It
a
also was
glass
like
bottle.
quintessential Daredevil, where you want to see him as well, like sort of just him leaving the bank and want to go back in straight away.
Yeah.
Like that's him.
That's actually sorry. That's one more thing I forgot to mention before we go on to the favourite and least favourite moments. They teased in the trailers a lot of that shot of all the different masks, all the different colours.
Yeah,
and
none
they
of them
didn't
came.
use
But
any of them.
season 2, one of them is coming, guaranteed.
Which one?
The black one. Have you not seen it?
Oh yeah, from
That will be cool, and I do like black suits.
It's the
but
best
I feel
suit.
like
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's the best suit they've
I
got.
kind of want something a bit more.
Did you watch the animated Spider-Man?
I feel like
suit?
Yes,
the
yeah,
black
yeah.
one.
It's
wouldn't-
that suit, but with 2 Daredevil, 2 Ds on it.
Have you watched the animated Spider-Man?
I haven't. No, to be
It's
fair.
very good.
I
It's
haven't
very
watched
good.
Really
it.
good.
I've seen the spoilers, so I know what's about, but I haven't
That
watched
also
it.
I
had a
love
really
that
good
it's
finale.
cyclical. I
Yeah.
love that it's cyclical.
I've seen that the scene's exactly the same with Norman Osborn than it was with Tony Stark.
Yes.
That is quite cool. I like that.
I love that it's cyclical,
Um,
and it's an example of where race swapping actually works.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
actually works.
Also, the voice actor for him,
Very good.
very good.
Come
Also,
can play a live action.
he also could play with live action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
100%.
You have to show me who it is later because I
Coleman
if
Domingo.
show me later.
Coleman Domingo gets cast in the main MCU as Norman Osborn,
His voice.
his voice
is
is
chilling.
unbelievable.
I'm waiting. I don't know if it will. I'm waiting for it.
I want
to-
it. I think a lot of people
so.
want
I
it.
actually think it
I don't
will.
think we're going to see him until after this era. It'll be X-Men era. It'll be X-Men and Spider-Man.
Yeah,
No,
probably.
but Spider-Man is very much confirmed to not be in Secret Wars and to be going down a very different route.
The classic Marvel
Yeah.
route is X-Men, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
that's what they could be
That's
doing.
what
I
the
think
next era will be.
that's what they're leaning towards is almost having Spider-Man be a bit more of a separate entity.
It's similar to him in the 90s where he had
Yeah.
this show where
Yeah.
it's just like, it's him doing his thing.
Yeah.
Then you got
I agree.
X-Men, Fantastic
But
Four.
that
It's
one-
like, for example, it doesn't make sense for Spider-Man not to show up in Thunderbolts considering it's in New York, but I think they are just going down a different route with him.
I think that, well, the only thing with that as well is that he should have turned up in Daredevil, but
Exactly, yeah.
contractually it's not going to make sense. Same
Yeah.
thing with Kingpin. There's a thing where he's basically only for TV shows and he's not going
Yeah.
to appear in films.
He can't.
I don't think it is that he can't, but I think
It's just much
they
easier
won't do
to
it.
convince him. Yeah.
They'd have to pay him a lot of money.
yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio is a very good Kingpin.
He's
I
a-
don't think we're going to see another
He's
one,
also a
but-
brilliant actor.
It's the
Oh,
Kingpin.
Yeah. He's the best actor of Kingpin we could probably ask for.
What was there was the black guy who did it in the
Oh, the guy in what film was it? Green Mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a very good actor. Unfortunately, passed away now. But
Yes.
he was very good as well. Shall we quickly go with favourite and least favourite moments? Again, we'll start with you, done the end, Ronnie.
Kingpin.
Yeah.
Skull Crush.
Oh.
And least favourite?
That is something out of Invincible, by the way.
That
Like,
was-
literally
oh,
something
yeah,
out
that
of
is good.
Invincible.
Mate, just the
Fully.
way that his... Do you know what's really interesting is that
I
it's
can't
actually,
believe they did that. I
it's the
can't believe they
same.
did that.
It's the same thing that Scarlet Witch does to Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, when
But
they,
it's
but-
there.
but-
You can
but
see everything.
With that one, with
It's
the
more
with the
physical.
Scarlet Witch one, it's kind
You
of
see his
very
head go.
quick. You can see a very quick.
Yeah.
And his head goes. This one, you just see his whole face.
Literally, jaw drops.
Oh.
Literally, the jaw drops.
It
But-
shows how big a character he is.
Unreal.
I think that indicates though that not everyone in this team is quite on board. Their reactions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be some...
There's obviously a lot of guys who are and very
Yeah.
happy with him to do that, but like you do understand that you
Well,
just
the
killed
woman-
the
the-
police captain.
The woman...
Yeah, I get that.
The woman
He was a good
obviously
character as
isn't.
well.
His little lackey. It gives me, you know, Penguin, the guy, the kid in Penguin. It gives me that kind of vibes, like he's going to end up dead.
Yeah.
I do think they'll get it right now because all the ones where they have the directors that are for season 2, I
Yeah.
think they got. I love all those episodes.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
that was 1, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
All new.
All new
Do you want to hit us with your least favourite?
Least. Muse dying.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Both
Well, not the scene of him
No,
dying.
but
the
it's
idea
the-
of him dying.
It's the fact that he died so early.
The
With,
scene was good.
yeah, I mean, it's the concept of him dying when he did.
Yeah.
I wanted him to be a longer-lasting villain.
Will I third that one? Yeah, I probably will third that one. What's your favourite moment? Or is it the same?
There are quite a few to be
Yeah.
fair.
It's a bit of a sick thing, but the brutality, it's the general fact of the brutality
Do you
of the
want
whole
to pick
series.
something to represent that?
Well, no, as I said, like him jumping on the guy's leg and snapping
Okay,
it.
yeah.
His baton going through the guy's shoulder.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
the small details.
Yeah, I agree. And I think I agree, but I also think I'd pick a different scene as my favourite, which is throwing Poindexter off that roof was fun.
It was a good
enjoyed
scene,
that.
yeah.
I
I
wouldn't
wasn't
say it's my
expecting it.
favourite
It's
scene,
like, I felt it. I was like, oh.
But I feel wrong saying that a specific scene apart from that one,
Yeah.
where it's really brutal, as a favourite scene feels a bit weird.
It does, but it
It
feels
makes me-
weird, but you got to
Yeah,
embrace
no,
it.
Yeah.
no, you got to say no, but like,
That's what I'm saying. The concept of the realism and the brutality of it
Yeah.
for me.
I just didn't. Before watching that scene, I was thinking, there's no chance they can do a live action Invincible. And then I saw that scene, I was like,
It's like maybe they
maybe
can.
it's doable.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot more CG with Invincible, I think, in terms of the
Yeah.
because I think the goriness in this was very physical, which is great to see.
Yeah.
I think with Invincible, the gore will be.
The thing
a
is,
bit
though,
more-
that scene happens every 20 minutes in Invincible.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the
Just
problem.
a
it will
jaw
be
gets punched off
confusing
every
for
time.
us more.
Yeah.
I mean, The Boys is a good indicator that you can do it.
Yeah, but I just don't. I genuinely think if Invincible's live action, it'd be more gory than The Boys.
Yeah, no, it has to be. I mean,
But I think it would.
you don't
be
get
more...
punched through the stomach every
You know,
5
it'd be a
seconds.
sick scene when Alan the Alien gets his eye socket punched out. That'd be a sick scene in live
yeah.
action.
But that would be CG.
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
it would.
cool.
But like, imagine.
No,
imagine,
do you know what they're going to do? They're
imagine
going to
eye
get a
coming out.
real one-eyed alien and punch their
Yeah,
eye out.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Though? You couldn't put makeup on somebody and make them like that.
No, I
you
think
can make it part practical.
The best route to go down was be like the Avengers 1 Hulk with Alien Alien, like sort of not look like that, but like that sort of CGI.
Agreed.
The thing is, though, they're just going to cost too much.
I know. I don't think it happened.
Did
I
you
don't think
ever-
it
did you
happened.
ever
They have
watch-
tried. They've said they're confirming it though.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good idea.
No.
Did you ever watch the? This is a deep cut. The live action Ben 10 film.
Yes,
I have actually.
That's
I have.
the CG style
When
we're
I
going
was
to
like
end up with.
that was
so
horrific.
grainy.
That
Oh my
was horrific.
god.
Look fan made.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
Was it fan made?
No,
No, it wasn't fan-made.
Oh.
it was terrible.
It was terrible. Though.
It was
they're gonna do
absolutely
Apparently,
terrible.
they're going to go again with that
They
one.
because it's such a lucrative business.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like it's so marketable. Like it's also surprisingly unique in its concept.
Yeah, they could easily make a live action TV show and make a crap ton.
Oh, yeah,
it would
100%.
make a lot of money.
It's scores on the doors time, ladies and
Have you
gentlemen.
picked your
Try to-
favourite? Was it just the Poindexter being thrown off the?
Yeah, that would be my favourite. Yeah, 100%.
But I feel like
Um,
also that scene gets ruined by the fact that he survives.
I think he's but you had to keep him in the show. You had to.
Oh yeah, you couldn't have killed him. But it's just fun to see someone get thrown off a roof.
I think he's an unbelievable character. I'd have
Yeah.
him. I'd have him in my
So
top 3.
unexpected.
Dead.
You know
Like-
what? Maybe the Poindexter escape scene's up there.
Oh,
That's
he
also
gets,
very
he
good.
gets
That's
blasted
also
in the
very
eye.
good.
He only gets
Yeah.
the tooth. Yeah, because that's
I'm
That's
still
not
going
bad.
Skull
pulled,
Crushing, but that's also up there.
that's pulled straight from the comics. I'm going to go with the Poindexter escape scene
Okay, cool.
because
Nice.
that is pulled straight from the comics.
Well, let us know down below what your favourite and least favourite things are, and let's move on to our scores on the door time.
camera,
What are we going to call it? What's our leaderboard going to be called? I haven't got a
It's the
name.
Green Inch Show. Schools on the doors.
Scores,
Scores
on
on
the
the
doors.
doors.
Yeah.
Scores on the doors. Well,
Great.
We'll make it a door. We'll make it a door.
scores on the doors. Yes, we're buying a door. I'm going to
Get
IKEA.
a door and put it there.
I'm
leave
gonna
the wood
IKEA.
down.
I'm going to IKEA. Scores on the doors. Let's do
That
it.
is brilliant.
That's good. Yeah, the
That's
Green
really
Inch,
good.
the Green Inch Show scores on the doors.
So to let you know how this is going to work, we're going to give everyone's going to give their score out of 5.
beautiful, that's the
Yeah.
We can have halves, so we can do 2.5 or 3.5 or whatever.
Are you looking at the right camera, by the way?
I'm looking at my feet right now. We're going to go, 0.5s out of 5.
Average.
You've ruined this, and we're
Averaging.
gonna average it out at the end. We're gonna figure out our average score based on each of our opinions.
Is it stars or not? I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna when we have it on the door, I think it'll be
Stars are
stars.
good.
But
Okay,
obviously it'll be
stars.
a number. But we'll
Cool.
say a number. Scores on the door. Sorry, I did steal your thing there, but it got cut, so I feel like it needs to have.
no, I was wanting you to take it anyway.
I might have to ask your sister to do us a little jingle.
Jingle.
Yeah, a little scores on the doors jingle.
Yeah.
Love it. You know what, Mr. Jingle Man, you can start us off.
I am gonna say 3.5 stars out of 5, because there are things in it that are unfinished,
Mm.
and that is absolutely fine. So, as a continuation for the season, great, amazing.
Mm.
As a season, as a standalone, I can't put it past a 4, so I'm gonna say 3.5.
Okay, cool. Thomas.
So I'm thinking about other shows and movies, right?
That's why I kind of come into my thinking.
And
Yeah.
for example, for me, Invincible season 3 would be
Higher.
4.5.
Yeah, agree.
If the animation was overall better, I'd say a 5.
I
That makes
understand.
sense.
I understand.
The
what you're
scenes where you
saying.
see Oliver literally be the same shape as he moves across the screen when he's fighting the Elephant
Yeah.
Man
There's some lighting
means
shades
you
there
can't
as well.
put it as a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so saying that, I'm gonna say 3.
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say a 3 as well. Actually, thinking
I was
about
comparing it to other Marvel shows, and I was thinking this is probably the best Marvel show we've got. Maybe Loki is the only one that
Loki for me is a
Loki-
can
4.
get past
it.
it.
Loki, Scarlet Witch, Vision,
WandaVision,
WandaVision.
WandaVision,
yeah.
I'd say, is a 3.5.
I'd say
What
yeah,
else?
that's
Oh,
what I'd say
Falcon
about the
Winter
same.
Soldier, I liked.
It's
a
good.
lot.
Yeah, that is good.
I'd probably
Falcon Winter
put that
Soldier would be a
above.
3 for me as well.
That
I'd put
I'd
it
be
as
a
3.5,
three.
if I'm honest. This is good. I just think if the finale had been better, I'd
the
probably
average.
say close to 2 or 3.5, maybe 4.
I would
But
put.
I can't. The finale needed to be better.
I think season-wise, Loki was the best. Season 1 Loki was the best.
Season 1 Loki, no, Season 2 Loki was good as well.
It was good, but it wasn't good at the start.
No,
It was.
I thought it was
finished.
good at the start.
It finished very strong, and I think the start of Loki.
I think
season
we're
2
gonna have
wasn't
to do
great.
some retrospective rankings on these later, and do some retrospective reviews on these
Maybe
on
it'll
these
start.
shows.
In between is what I'm on about with like the miss minute stuff. Oh, don't worry.
Shall we? I tell you what, we'll do an episode in the future where we each bring a show and we'll talk
Or we do
about
all
it.
the Marvel shows, or we could just do all the Marvel shows.
We could do, but I feel that's a lot. We could just bring 3 shows and rank them.
Right.
Who knows? We'll have a talk about that.
We'll talk about that later.
So
3.2.
3.5, 3,
3.
3. And so the average is
3.2.
3.2. We're gonna rank.
Woo.
We're gonna
Round up.
always round up to the point number. So
Mhm.
0.1, and then whatever that number now is, we'll then rank up to that point.
Cool.
So 3.2 is our first score on the door. You have to be an imaginary door for now. The door. Can you buy doors in IKEA?
Yes, you can buy doors in IKEA. But
How would it
bro,
stand
how
up,
are you
though?
also?
We'll
How
get
are
a frame.
you?
We'll get a door frame.
Bro, you
You
can't.
get a plastic door.
Yeah.
Oh, we could. Oh, we're getting a plastic door.
Just get a door.
Just get a door. And I mean, figure out how to put the stars on it.
No, the star's easy. You can do it Top Gear like the tape.
Oh, yeah, tape,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
not a problem.
We'll make it a magnetic door.
What?
A magnetic door.
A magnetic door.
And then we'll just get.
Or you just do a massive whiteboard and make it in the drawer
Shit,
door.
No, I
Just
don't
draw a
think
door
we
on the whiteboard.
But that's our first score on the door, and our first episode. Taking our second episode of the new era of the Gradient Show.
New area.
We're always doing new era.
Because I've reviewed. Because the Gradient Show came into fruition because I used to do reviews.
Yeah, so we're going to go back to that basically.
Mhm.
New era.
I
But
missed
please,
the
if
new
you
nightmare.
disagree with our rankings or our reviews, please let us know down in the comments. What did you think of Daredevil season 1? Are you excited for Daredevil season 2? Let us know down below as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on all our other platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I think we're on. And anything else that we might be on Spotify, Apple Music. And we'll catch you next time for another Gradient Show.